Okay, Emilia, team time trial training today, how was it?
It was fun. It's nothing that we do usually, so I think it's good that for one time to actually get together the whole team and then try to practice a little bit and get the technique going and also be able to do it better than in the race. So it was a new experience, but it was fun.
And you get to try out the bikes, get position perfected, etc.
Exactly. So I think it's all small parts that can be put together now at one time. So it's great to have one opportunity to do everything.
What, in looking ahead to the season, where will be the main time trial targets? Will you do the team time trial, for example, that is scheduled?
I think at the moment I'm not on that on the schedule for the team time trial, but we'll see during the season how it goes. And there's always a chance if you ride really well that you can get put on. So, but next time trial I'll have is in Tour of California time trial. Yeah.
Okay, and that's obviously going to be a big target for a lot of women. What's your feeling on that? They've brought that in this year, so you think it's a positive step?
I think it's a really great thing for women's cycling that combined it with the men's event to get it bigger, and that's I think how we can expose women's cycling. So I think it's a great thing to have, especially running the same course and having to start before the men do, have the public there, and I think it's set up for a great event.
Would you like to see in future years for a whole stage race to be built around that?
Yeah, definitely. I think that would be that's I think the main goal for everybody that hasn't had that. What a stage race would be great to have put on the same time as the men, and I think when you have the organization there and you have the courses close and it's not too far a step to actually be able to do it. Yeah.
Can you talk a little about your background to the sport, how you got into it, and what your main results have been in these years?
I got into cycling when I think 12 years old, and I think it was a little bit in my family. I had an older brother that's been doing cycling and he quit, and I was doing gymnastics, and I had a dad that was used to go to the bike races, so he wanted to keep on going, so I had to take over from my brother, and that's how I got onto it.
You went then from there to this team, so can you talk about the main achievements that helped secure that contract?
I think in the juniors we went out racing a little bit with the national team and had a few good races outside of Sweden. We did some racing in Holland and got some wins, and I think as I was really young when I signed a contract for this team, so it was more developing and see what I could contribute with to the team and where I would end as a rider.
For you then, what have been the most important achievements in that time?
I think just to pick out a special achievement, I think I still have goals that I want to reach, so it's really hard, but I think some of the main things is the national championships I've achieved, and also for European medals and that kind of things, but I'm still missing on the big win. Yeah.
What is your schedule this season in terms of the big races you will target?
Yeah, I think building up towards nationals, we have a good race block in Spain with the World Cup and the BRS stage race and also Trentino coming up. So there's a lot of good and hard bike races coming up in the closest time now. And then nationals, go home and try to defend the time trial and also see what I can do in the road race. And after that is the Giro, which will be very interesting. The first really big stage race of the year. So that's going to be very fun.
Where do you see yourself slotting to the Giro team in terms of how you'll work with the other riders and what targets you will chase?
I think this year's the profile and the courses it's going to be really tough Giro this year, and it's a lot of climbing stages, and I think it's one for the mountain climbers, and I think we'll have a really good team for that stage race. So I think it's be there and try to support the ones going for the GC, but also there's always opens up a little bit in stage races there. You can go for certain stages where it's a little bit more free roll as well. So that's always the interesting thing about stage races.
You're living in Girona. Is there many from the team that are based there?
Yeah, I have Evelyn Stevens and then Chloe Hoskin also living in Girona now, so it's nice to have a few other girls around to train with or just hang out with. So I really like to be living there instead of being home in Sweden all the time.
There's pretty big at this point. There's quite a huge bike community there. So you think is it weather, is it location, or what is the draw?
I think the location for training is perfect. You have everything. You have flats and you have the hilly area, and you also have it really close out to the coast. So you have everything you can ask for as as for training purpose, and then you have a really nice city center and a nice town, and it's not far to get around to everything, and you have an airport pretty close, so you have pretty much in a good distance.
Looking ahead, you mentioned that you know there's certain wins you want to chase. So what would you like to achieve in the sport in the next 3 or 4 years?
I think yes. Well, as every time you keep on, you see that you keep on improving. You want to keep on doing the sport. So, and I feel that I have more to bring out of myself. So, of course, I'm still eager to get a win in a bigger, in the UCI event, and try to see how far I can go as well. But yeah, start to get some wins would be
Presumably the Olympics is something that you look to build up towards?
Yeah, exactly. Olympics is always in the back of your head. It's a big sport event, so that you can't say that you're not aiming for. But I think as for 2012 is coming pretty soon, and I think I still have 2016 is there in my mind as well. So there's a lot to train for in the future.